Hi friends, good day. Today we'll be working out a problem on final accounts method. Let us see Sadhana Limited with its head office in Delhi invoice goods to its branch at Bombay at 20% less than catalog price, which is cost plus 50%, with the instructions that cash sales were to be made at invoice price and credit sales at catalog price. Less discount at 15% on prompt payment. Is this clear? So 20% less than catalog price, which is cost plus 50%, with instruction that cash sales were to be made at invoice price and credit sales at catalog price. Less discount at 15% on prompt payment. So before I go into this next one, let me tell you head office Sadhana Limited with its head office in Delhi invites goods to its branch at Bombay 20% less than catalog price, which is cost plus 50%. That means what is catalog price? Cost price is equal to, let us assume, 100. Catalog price, which is cost plus 50%. I'm assuming cost price is 100, profit 50. So catalog price, which is cost plus 150%, means this is the quotation price, we say invoice price. Quotation price. This is actually quotation price. And then you can see at 20% less than the catalog price. So initially they have quoted 150. Now they are giving 20% discount. So 150 to 20% is coming to 30 rupees. Tell me, what is invoice price now? 120. Get all of you? What is cost price here? 100. I'm assuming cost price is 100. Catalog price, which is cost plus 50. Cost price plus profit. Catalog price 150. Goods to branch, invoice goods to branch at 20% less than catalog price. So what is catalog price? Cost plus profit. Catalog price. Catalog price minus 20% discount. If you take out, you are getting 120. This is what is called as invoice price. Clear? Now, cash sales were to be made at invoice price. This is 120 rupees. This is cash sales. Whenever goods have been sold on credit at catalog price. Tell me, what is cash sales? 120 rupees. What is credit sales? 150. Please remember, we come back to this later on. Now, from the following particulars available, now this 15% prompt payment we discuss later on. This 50% they are giving on what? Catalog price. Credit sales is 150, no? Whenever they say, if they make prompt payment, they want to give 115% discount. This is the meaning. See, goods have been sold by branch. Goods have been consigned by head office to branch. And branch is selling the goods on credit basis. On credit sales, the head office has allowed the branch to give 15% on prompt payment whenever there's a credit sale. Whenever there's a credit sale of the branch, if the customers of the branch, when they make a payment on this 150 rupees for making prompt payment, they are going to give you 15% discount. Simple. This is nothing but provision for discount we need to create. Am I right? The meaning is that same. Or if payment has been received, we can give 15% discount on prompt payment. This linked point I am giving. A provision should be made for discount to be allowed as on 31st March 16 on the basis of year of the trend of prompt payment. He is saying that 15% prompt payment is given for cash that is being received from the branch customer by the branch, and the provision should be made for discount to be allowed as on 31st March 16 on the basis of the year's trend of prompt payment. That means whenever you are making a prompt payment, the provision is to be created for making prompt payment that is to be allowed on 31st March 2016. Means you know that provision for bad debts or provision for discount and debtors etc. will be given year ending. That provision is applicable for next year, next accounting year. So this continuation, I've initially, before reading the entire problem, I was just focusing on the key points for doing the problems. This will be repeated again when we work out the problem. Is this clear? For the time being, two things you should remember. Credit sales 150, prompt payment 15. And basing on the trend of prompt payment, you need to create a provision for data. So we need to find out, you should keep it in mind, what is trend of prompt payment. Trend of prompt payment means whatever the money that has been received in the current year, what is the how much amount that has been received and how much discount that has been given is a question mark. That we will discuss in a while. From the following particulars available, prepare the branch trading and P&L account for the year ended 31st March 2016, showing adjustments in the head office books so as to show the actual profit or loss on the branch for the year. From the following particulars available, prepare the branch trading and P&L account for the year ended 31st March 2016, showing adjustments in the head office books so as to show the actual profit or loss of the branch for the year. 31st March 2016, they are asking us to prepare branch trading and P&L account. In the one of the last classes, I have told you the final accounts method, everything is being recorded at cost price. I've told you already. In final accounts method, everything is to be recorded at cost price. If you want, just you can make a few points. Final accounts method, I'll be dictating. You can take a before I start explaining this so that you'll be having clarity. You write the heading, side heading, final accounts method. Okay, now let me start. In this method, profit or loss of a branch profit or loss of a branch can be ascertained by preparing trading and profit and loss account, can be ascertained by preparing trading, P&L account at cost price. This is important. In profit and loss account, all expenses, either cash or non-cash, and all losses of the concerned branch are to be charged. Concerned branch are to be charged. Expenses may be paid either by branch or head office. Expenses may be paid either by branch or head office, which are to be charged, to profit and loss account. Are to be charged to profit and loss account. That's it. The remaining thing is like a final accounts. We need not discuss much about it. Now, having said, so now stock at invoice price for preparing. This is opening stock now because you are closing on 31st March. I want stock at cost price. This is invoice price. No, I have to convert into cost price. This question mark. Debtors on 1/4/15. This is opening. Why debtors is given? We discuss later on. Goods received from head office. Goods received from head office means in branch trading account. This is again invoice price. We need to have information of cost price. Is question mark. We need to ascertain. Question mark means we need to ascertain. Sales cash. Okay. Sales credit. It has been given clearly. Credit sales are catalog price. Cash sales are at invoice price. That we discuss later on. Cash traded from debtors 85,635. 85,635 amount collected from debtors. Discount allowed. Generally, when you are preparing final account, I don't need. Generally, I am preparing final account. I don't need debtors, opening debtors. Am I right? I need sales account cash, sales cash, sales credit. You know, this is taken to trading account credit side. This is taken to trading account. TC means trading account credit side. Goods received from head office trading account debit side. Opening stock trading account debit side. Discount allowed to debtors, profit and loss account debit side. Expense at branch, profit and loss account debit side. Remittance to head office. Remittance to head office will not be taken to, come on, where? Trading, P&L account. Debtors on 31st. Actually, I don't need for preparing trading, P&L account. But this information may be useful. Cash in hand. Generally, I don't need cash in hand. Stock on 31st March 2016 invoice price. So this is invoice price has been given. I need to find out cost price, which is question. Problem is simple. No? Trading account debit side, trading account debit side, trading account credit side, trading account credit side. Before I start explaining, if you got the time, take out one rough sheet. Can you try? Can you find out the profit? With calculator, you can do it. I've given everything here. But I want to give 2 minutes pass. But before that, wait a minute. It was further reported that part of stock at branch was lost by fire, not covered by insurance. During the year, whose value is ascertained? Whose value is to be ascertained. That means stock lost by fire is abnormal loss, which is missing. So that abnormal loss you need to find out. think of it, because if I can't rush now for this problem, you read for yourself, then I'll work out. Trying this intentionally, I'm keeping quiet. So the question is that, my dear friends, when everything is at invoice price, stock at invoice price, opening stock at invoice, goods received from head office at invoice price, sales at invoice price, but only credit sales is at invoice price. I need not convert. Credit sales is at catalog price. Actually, for doing trading account, I need not change. But now I think by this time you should get a clarity that I need to find out abnormal loss as a balancing figure. In the last method, stock and debtors method, you learned, or debtors method, we can open stock account to find out the missing information. Generally, missing information can be opening stock or closing stock. In this case, the missing information is which account, my dear friend? Abnormal loss. Is this clear? So that abnormal loss I need to find out. So what I do, actually in trading account, I told you everything is to be recorded cost price, because you know that goods lost by fire is created to trading account. Opening stock is to be at cost price, purchases is to be at cost price, sales of course selling price, closing stock at cost price. Abnormal loss also at cost price. So what I do, I can cleverly use this data, invoice price data. Okay, this is invoice price, this is invoice price, sales at cash is invoice price. Only credit sales I have to convert from catalog price to invoice price, then the missing information abnormal loss, no, then that is completed, then everything opening stock, goods received from office, everything, then I can convert into cost price. That is easy. So to explain that, first what I am doing here, I think this I am not giving, this is just like tutorial note. I think this you can as it is copy down in the notes, in the, since it is like it is there with you, the record. I'm not writing repeating again. I got the space, I have made use of it. So what I am doing here, working notes number 1. Working notes number 1. Random, random branch. Okay. To balance brought down. I'm writing invoice price, opening stock. to goods sent to branch, goods sent to branch, invoice price by sales, cash invoice price, credit sales is at cost price. This is also to be converted into invoice price. Then by goods lost by fire, C is balancing figure. Closing stock at invoice price. Okay. So two balance brought down opening stock at invoice price. Now let us look at the problem. 12,000 directly I am writing. Goods sent to branch, you can see. Goods received from head office is nothing but goods sent to branch. We are opening this account in the books of head office. All these working notes are final accounts. You're doing, we are in dependent branches now. All dependent branches accounts are maintained by head office. So what is goods? 1,32,000. Then we are having sales cash 46,000, credit 1 lakh. This, let me take first sales cash 46,000. Now credit sales, we need to convert it invoice price. I want invoice price. So now here credit sales, I told you 1 lakh rupees is credit sales is at catalog price. No, 1 lakh is 150%. I want what is 120%. By 120%, I have to convert this 150% into 120 because the branch stock we are maintaining at invoice price. No, so simple. 1 lakh rupees is equal to 150%. 150% is catalog. 120, that is invoice price. Okay. So we have to convert that into invoice price. So now 1 lakh into 120 by 150. You are getting 80,000 rupees. Get 79,999.9999, which is nothing but 80,000 is credit sales at invoice price. Now we also got the closing stock 15,000 at invoice price. One 32 plus 12, 144. 144 minus 15,000 minus 80,000 minus 46,000. Okay, 1,44,000 minus 15,000 minus 80,000 minus 46,000. So therefore, you are getting abnormal loss of 3,000. This is balancing. Okay. Now I'm leaving some space for calculation of working notes number 2, or before we go to the problem we can complete also. Computation of, we can complete before going to the problem itself. Computation of provision for now point number 1. This is very important point. A provision should be made for discount to be allowed on the basis of year trend of prompt payment. How you will be knowing what is prompt payment? We got just cash realized from debtors. Discount allowed. Now come on, I'm just giving 30 seconds time to think of it. How to find out trend of prompt payment? Okay, on the basis of discount allowed. Current discount allowed is 15%, no? Because he say whenever there is a prompt payment, discount at 15% on prompt payment. So 13,365 rupees discount you are given means, which is equivalent to 15% of prompt payment. Simple example, if 100 rupees is the amount to be collected, 100 rupees amount is collected, you are giving 15%, no? Similarly, discount allowed is 15 rupees, say for example. What is the amount that is being collected? 100. Similar manner, we need to find out the prompt paying debtors who avail discount that I am giving working. Heading I have written computation of provision for discount on debtors. In that A part of working notes, prompt paying debtors who availed discount, that is 13,365 which is equal to 15%, no? So 13,365 is 15%. 100% is how much? That means 15% discount you are given on, which is 13,365. So what is 100% is what is amount received. Who avail discount, that is equal to 13,365 into 100 by 15. . . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 89,100. Clear? We can also cross check. $89,100. Clear to all of you? Next. So this is 89,100 is the debtors who avail 15% discount for prompt payment. Now if you want, you can cross check. 89,100 into 15%, if you calculate, you will be getting same 13,365 rupees. Clear to all of you? So now the B part of the question is that we want to actually calculate what is the provision we want to give. Provision you are going to give you on closing debtors, no? So before I go to that, let me find out total debtors during the year. Total debtors during the year means for amount to be collected. Total debtors during the year from whom amount is to be collected, that is equal to opening balance plus credit sales. So what is opening balance of debtors? We have seen already in the given in the problem now. This is opening debtors means that 10,000 I am supposed to receive during the current year. And what is credit sales? 1 lakh. That means how much amount I need to collect this year? That is 1,10,000. Okay. Now, this is important point. Now, C point. Proportion of prompt payment to debtors. Proportion of prompt payment to total debtors. That is, I am assuming rupees 1,10,000 which is to be received is 100%. This is what I am supposed to receive in the current year. But how much has been received? 89,100. So 1,10,000 is equal to 100%. What is proportion of prompt payment means for 89,100? What is the proportion of prompt payment? That is equal to 89,100 by 1,10,000. Let us cross check. Which is coming to how much? 81%. Now, this is the point, last point. Likely prompt paying debtors included on closing debtors. So the third point, why you have calculated, sir? That means I am supposed to receive in the current year 1,10,000. But what is the proportion of prompt payment order debtors means 81% I am receiving. Is this clear? The current year, since I have written 81%, on that I have given 15% discount for prompt payment. That means what is the percentage you are supposed to get 1,10,000 in the current year? Opening balance is nothing but last year closing balance will become opening balance. This is 10,000 and this is credit sale. That means total 1,10,000. You received 89,100. 89,100 which is equal to 81% of the total amount due. It means likely prompt paying data. So same percentage you are expecting. Now this is provision this time. Discount allowed is different. Provision for discount. Discount allowed is actual that has happened in the current year, which you have given. Provision which you would like to give in the next year. That provision, you know that provision for bad debts or provision for discount and debtors is always calculated on closing data. That closing data has been given already. What is closing data? You can see 11,000. So that means on 11,000 you want to give provision. That provision, what is that saying? Is saying that provision should be made for discount on the basis of the year's trend of prompt payment. So that means what is the year trend, which is 81%. No? So likely prompt payment data including closing data is equal to, here I am writing, closing debtors into %81. This is the trend you are expecting. That means next year if you go by current year trend, this is on the basis of trend. On the basis of trend of current year. That is how much trend? 15%. Sorry, 81%. Provision is 15%. Now come on, 11,000 into 81%. You are getting 8,910. This is the amount which you will be receiving. Now, what is the percentage you want to give? 15%. Now, therefore, provision for discount on debtors is calculated on the basis of trend of collection from them, trend of collection from them at 15%. That is equal to 8,910 into 15%. Is coming to 1360.3, 1336.5 is nothing but 1337. That means closing data is 11,000. Generally, in the final accounts problem which you have learned CPT, when provision for discount and data is given, if there is no further bad debts, we used to calculate directly on closing data. No? This is what we have done, 11,000 to 15%. But this problem is provision for discount and data is calculated on the basis of trend of collection from them. From them means from debtors. What is trend of collection? We have seen if 100 rupees is due, they are paying 81%. So closing data of this year will become opening data of next year. No, on that opening data of next year, how much you can expect? 15%. So 11,000 into 81%, 81%. On that you are having your 81% you are going to collect. On that, how much you want to give discount? 15%. That means 11,000 into 81%. This is the amount you are expecting in the next year, basing on the current year trend. If they make payment of 8,910 immediately, you want to give them concession of 15%. So 8,910 into 15% is coming to how much? 1,337. This is the important, very old problem. This is came in the examination. So this is how you have to find out the what is it called as this provision for discount on data. So therefore, finally, discount on data debited to branch P&L account. Okay, let me start writing this. In the books of head office, branch trading comma P&L account March 31 2016. For every branch, they will be opening. That is why branch Bombay branch trading comma P&L account, like that. Pune, if there is a Pune branch, like that, they keep on preparing the accounts. Now, small things I am not going for working notes. Like all invoice prices have to convert into cost price, including abnormal loss, because in this account everything is been taken at which price? Invoice price, no? For preparing the trading account, this is to be converted in cost price. Cost price. This is cost price. This is sorry, sales at invoice price only. Invoice price or catalog price. Sales no need to change, because on this only you will be getting profit. Abnormal loss at cost price. Closing stock at cost price. Okay, so we go for this. Since we are writing trading account, we can write opening stock. If it is branch stock, you should write two balance brought down. Two opening stock. 12,000. 12,000 is equal to how much percentage? 120%. So therefore 100% how much? Clear to all of you? What is opening stock? 10,000. One lakh 32. 1,30,000 is at invoice. Hundred percent how much? One lakh 10,000. Come back to credit side. Cash 46. Credit. Here no need to change. Can be catalog price, it can be invoice price. That is going to be gain, no? So you should not change this into any price. Otherwise, you'll be having confusion. This is at CP for information. No need to write in the examination. Even if you write, there is no problem. Abnormal loss. This abnormal loss 3000 is at 120%, no? Because we have seen abnormal loss also at invoice price only, no? So this invoice price I have to convert into cost price. Three thousand is equal to 120%. 100 how much? It is coming to 2500. Clear to all of you? Then buy closing stock. This is also given at invoice price. What is closing stock? 15,000. 15,000 is invoice price, no? This 15,000 also have to convert into cost price. $12,500. Now you can find out gross profit or gross loss. I think right side is showing more. 1,46,000 plus it is coming to plus 2,500 plus 12,500 is coming to 1,61,000. 1,61,000 minus 1,10,000 minus 10,000 is coming to 41,000 is gross profit. Once it is completed, P&L account, even if I don't do, you can do it. By gross profit brought down we got branch expenses 6,000. We got discount allocated as 13,360. We also got just now provision for this is actual discount allowed. This is for next year which you want to give discount. That is why we have calculated on closing data. On closing data, amount will be collected in the next year. Next year you want to see you are expecting same 81% trend in the next year also. Maybe next year actually when you realize with 81% or more than 81%, you won't be knowing the trend. Why we needed to calculate the percentage of provision on discount on data basing on the trend of prompt payment. If the trend is not given directly, we could have calculated and closing that as 15%. That is very simple. But this is what the practical real time situation problem. So provision for discount. Provision for discount on debtors. We calculate just now, we got how much? 1337. 1337. Then there is one more important point. Abnormal loss. See, we have seen in the problem, for abnormal loss, what was given there? Not during the year, the part of stock at branch was lost by fire, not covered by insurance. When it is not covered by insurance, entire amount is transferred to P&L account. You know that whatever abnormal loss which is there is called as a gross loss. I used to explain this in consignment. This amount is called as gross loss. Net loss is debited to P&L account. Net loss is means gross loss minus claim admitted. Since there is no claim, entire gross loss is a net loss. So abnormal loss 2500. We can write a note if you want later on. That's it. You can find out net profit. I think right side is showing more. This is your balance. And general this net profit will be transferred to general P&L account. Okay. So credit side total is only one item we are having 41,000. It is gross profit only. 41,000 minus 2,500 minus 1,337 minus 13,365 minus 6,000. It is coming to 17,070. This is net profit carried on transfer to which account? General P&L account. So not written, but it is implied. Okay, my dear friends. I hope you got the clarity on this problem. Here, let me give you a note. Non loss entire amount is transferred to profit and loss account since policy is not taken. And please remember, abnormal loss is transferred to trading account or P&L account in this method at which price? Cost price. Clear to all of you? But why you have taken abnormal loss here at invoice price? Because I want to find out abnormal by invoice price, because opening stock is invoice price, goods sent to branch at invoice price, sales at invoice price, credit sales, catalog price I have converted invoice price, closing stock at invoice price. Alternatively, some of you, maybe I know you are, most of you are so fast in grasping it. I think when I am explaining, you start wondering, sir, can we do like this? You can't ask me. If it is there in the classroom, to the extent possible, my dear friends, I am trying my level best with my uh, close association with you last 1 year, more than 1 year. I know about most of you where you are having the problem, and how quickly you can able to catch the point. I think even if I don't know, you can do it still. You can, this also can be done at cost price. Huh? Just for your understanding, if I put it in this cost price, what will happen? Let me see. Okay, I'll try to. I'm not going to write anything. This is 12,000 is at 120. So I want to convert this into 100%. Will become. I'll put it in red color. Understand the alternative. Then this will become 10,000. 1,32,000 is equal to 120. 100 how much? You got 1,10,000, no? That we have done already in trading account. This is at 46,000 is invoice price. 40,000, 46,120. 100 how much? 46,000 into 100. I am converting everything into cost price. If convert still you are getting the same answer, not to cross check. 46,000 is equal to 120. 100% how much? 46,000. This 1 lakh is equal to 150, no? If I do it for 100, how much? 66,007. Closing stock. 15,000 is equal to 120. 100 how much? You have done already here trading account. The entire thing is at cost price, no? Now everything is red color is at cost price. Abnormal loss also you can get it cost price. Let us cross check. 110 plus 10, 120 minus 38,333 minus 66,667 minus 12,500. Then you'll be getting abnormal loss at cost price. Then I think when you do everything like this, trading account will be simple. You can see opening stock is 10,000, no? Goods sent to branch how much? 1,10,000. Directly we can do like. My dear friend, clear to all of you? So I think this is how you can do. These small improvisations you can do depending upon the situation. That means I'm doing invoice price. That is why invoice price of abnormal loss also is being converted into cost price. So alternatively also you can do it. Okay, we got one more problem on final account. That continue in the next class, right? Till then, we'll goodbye. God bless you all. We'll meet in the next class.